Hello everyone and welcome back to Paper Peony. I'm Kimberly Jones and I am a independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. Today I have for you the Beautiful Butterflies bundle, and this is my second sample to post the tutorial for it. We're using a variety of papers. I had to change up a little bit of the designer series paper because some of this was from Celebration, and Celebration is no longer happening right now. But bear with me, I do think the changes are going to be really pretty. So anyway, let's get started. So here is the stamp set in closer detail on Beautiful Butterflies. If you've not seen it up close and personal, this is a photopolymer stamp set. It's clear, so it does have its benefits. You can see where you're stamping when you use photopolymer. Sometimes though, you want to use a cushion or a foam mat or something underneath to give it that extra cushion, so you get even distribution of your stamped image when you stamp your ink. Okay, so here is the stamp set. There's also a die set that is part of this collection. If you purchase both the stamp set and the dies, then you get 10% off. We will be using these little butterflies here. We'll be using the label punch, or not the label punch, the label die. And then obviously the little bodies that go with these little butterflies on this particular project. So there are the dies. They are found, this whole collection is found in the mini catalog. The catalog looks like this, and the whole collection itself is on page 34-35 of the mini catalog. So you can see it right here, and then there's also some samples over here to see in closer detail. Okay, so for the background, obviously it's on a different color paper. This is part of this suite as well. This is a hybrid embossing folder. The bigger butterfly will come in or fold into this image here, and it will cut and emboss at the same time. I love this embossing folder. I don't know if you can see in the details of this, but there is the embossing background with the butterflies, and that is what the embossing folder did. I went ahead and ran it through and did that same image on this paper. This happens to be from Brighter Skies. That's found on the online exclusive paper, and it's a whole bunch of sky papers, which is awesome. Let me show you what those look like. They're 6x6, and it's like sunsets and stars, and I love it. And then the back side is just basic stripes or like a brush stroke, so you can use this for multiple things. So that is the Brighter Skies Designer Series paper, and it is on the online exclusive section of the website. So we're using this for our background, and so I've already embossed that. We're also using Berry Burst for our background. This is cut at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2 and scored at 5 1/2, and it's a tint card, which means it flips up. And so we will be using this particular style on this card, and using the bone folder to give it a crisp fold. And then this is ready to just glue down flat. We'll go ahead and do that real quick before getting to our butterflies. If your glue clogs up, which it sometimes does, I use like a needle or pin to go through the opening, and then it will come out after that. Sometimes I may have a clog in the bottom. Let's try this again. There it goes. Okay. Making sure that when you do your card, it is facing the right direction. I can't tell you how many cards I put together and it was upside down. Okay, so you're going to glue that and hold it down for a little bit. Because it's embossed, it's going to be wanting to pop up, so you're going to have to put even pressure on it. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to set that aside for now. We're going to do our banner. Okay, so this, I want to say, it's been a while since I've cut this, so let me measure this real quick. It is 2 1/4 by 5, and you're going to cut the bottom into a tail after we get everything done. So, but it's 2 1/4 by 5. And we're going to stamp the texture from the online exclusive Elements of Text, these little splotches here. I've used a lot, and we're going to use that on this banner to kind of give it a little bit of a background. And I'm using Peach Pie, and I'm using Berry Burst for that background. So you're just going to want to come in, and you're just going to want to kind of stamp just a little bit, just to kind of give it like a watercolor effect. Okay. And then with Berry Burst, same thing. And making sure that you wash your stamp in between each color. Sometimes people won't do that. They will just, if you're going from a light to a dark color, some people don't worry about it. It's just up to you if you want to do that or not. Okay, so now that I have that stamped and I'm happy with that, then I'm going to take that Pretty in Pink ink and kind of bring it in and kind of just flick some pink around the edges. Kind of bring in a third color. Okay, and this is the good time of using your scissors and cutting a tail on your banner. So let's do that. So I'm bringing in my paper snips. So right here, here's how you do this perfect almost every time. You're gonna come up into the center of your paper, then come from corner to corner, corner, and then it's almost perfect every time. Okay. Okay, so now we have that, and I did that because I wanted to come into that tail and bring some pink to it, okay? And then you can kind of come in and kind of like take the whiteness off of that paper, that cardstock. Okay, so we have that done now. So now what we're gonna do is from those dies, we use the little butterflies and bodies. And I used a different designer series paper on my butterflies because this cardstock or this printer designer series paper is no longer available. It was from Celebration. So this is the 6x6 in color designer series paper, and it's Petunia Pop and Shy Shamrock and Summer Splash. So I love these colors, and so I just used the prints off of that. And then we have glitter paper that goes with the in colors, and here are the nice sparkle papers that go with those 5 colors, in colors, which I love. And I alternated the bodies of the butterflies with this sparkle paper. Okay, so we have Petunia Pop here, which is the purple, and then this is the Peach Pie glitter paper, as you can see. And then we have the Peach Pie body, okay? And so we're just going to assemble this together, glue it together. And because the inside of the bodies are so little, I just used the glue for this. Okay. Just set it aside and let it dry while you're doing the others. This is the designer series paper from Unbounded Love that I used in the previous video. You just have to find the right color combination that you want to do. As long as you stick to the same color scheme, this will look great with whatever papers you decide to use. Whoops. Sometimes the cardstock is complicated to stick onto the glitter paper, so sometimes you have to hold it a little bit longer than usual. Okay, and then this is the Petunia Pop glitter paper on top of the Pretty in Pink. And then this is the peach pie. So the 3 colors I used in the butterflies was the Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, and Peach Pie. Okay, and while that's gluing down, because this is the last one, then we're ready to where we can start assembling that bottom one. Okay, and I'm using our dimensionals for this because I wanted to kind of give them a little bit of a pop. So you're going to start, and you probably want to start with the center one. That way you know where they're going to go. Okay. And you're going to put that in the center. And then you're going to come down and do the bottom one. Okay. And then you're ready for that top one. Just kind of evenly distribute them on your banner. Okay, and then your banner's finished. So now we're gonna set that aside and we're gonna start working on our greetings. Okay, so this one was the label that was die cut from the die cuts. And I'm going to stamp So Thankful in Berry Burst. So Thankful, and I'm gonna get it where I can see it, where it's straight. Okay, and then we're going to come in and do For You on another piece of basic white, just a scrap piece of basic white, because I'm going to come in and make my own banner with it. Okay, so there's that. Okay, and then from that leftover ink from when we put the ink on the splatter, I just kind of came in and just kind of splattered it a little bit. Splattered it a little bit, kind of give it as the texture that the banner has, and then we can put a little bit of peach pie on that as well. Anytime you go to do this, you can like do a stamp off, and then it will be not as bold. Okay. And you can see your greeting better. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and trim. Trim this banner down using our tool here. Okay, and I'm just gonna want to do it just a little bit of a banner. Use your guides. And if you want to come in more, you can to make it skinnier. And sometimes it will, it's split on me. So let's go in and do this one more time. There we go. Okay. Okay, so same concept with the one I did before. I'm just gonna come in and kind of do a little diagonal cut to make my own banner there. Okay, and now we're ready to build our card. So we have a strip of Peach Pie Designer Series paper. And we're just gonna glue that in the center. And it is a half, I want to say it's a 3/4 inch by 4. This is just not even, I think it's like an 1/8 of an inch. And so you want to just glue this across. This is from that In Color Designer Series paper. And I just did like a little bit of a centerpiece there. You're just going to come in and snip this off. If you want it to be perfect before you do this, then you can always cut it to a 4 inch because that's exactly what the length is. Okay. All right. And then the next thing, everything's going to be on dimensionals after that. So we're going to do the banner. in, and for sure make sure you get the dimensionals on the tail. And then just kind of sporadically put them on here. And it's always good to have these on even. That way there's no sagging on your image. I kind of go trigger happy on my dimensionals. Okay, and then you just come in, and with our pick tool, you can pick off the backs of these dimensionals and then throw these away in the trash rather than have them all over your floor, because that is a nightmare sometimes. And you can tell when the backing's off of these because they're going to be shiny. I think you can see that in the camera here, that they're shiny. Okay, so now this is ready to put up here at the top. So holding it up so I can see that it's going to the top of that designer series paper, that's that one. Then you're going to put these on dimensionals. Now, when you do stuff like this and you already have an image on dimensionals, then the only part you're going to need a dimensional on is this part, because you don't want it over here, because then it's going to be uneven. Okay, so you're going to want to put it on the left side of this, like so, and I'm going to come in a little bit more on that. There we go, like that. So thankful. And then for you, same thing, but now I had this go across the whole entire banner, so I just put it in the center. You can use a mini one for this, or just cut a regular one in half, and it will fit on there perfect, like so. And this one's a little skinnier, and this one's thicker, so it just depends on which one you like the best. You can always go thin or thick. But I think the collection of papers that I chose on this works well with what this is. But you can see it's a totally different look. You got clouds on this one, whereas on this one you don't. So, all right. So, let me put these in the camera. I'm playing with my camera. I've got a new light, and so my recording is a learning process, so please bear with me on that one. But this is Beautiful Butterflies bundle, and this is my second sample to show you. I hope that you love this bundle. I am a butterfly person. I really love our butterflies. So I do have 3 or 4 more samples to show you in upcoming videos, so stay with me. Come back, check my other videos out. Have a great day, and give us a try. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.